guys ready for our guest speaker? Are you guys ready to hear from our guest speaker?
Yes.
The thing is, if you guys don't really respond well, he's not able to come down. You guys know this. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
People say these days that person, you know that person is that thing. Our next speaker has these things, okay? Listen carefully. Our next speaker, as an Executive Vice President, Energy and Sustainability, Maurice is responsible for Sasol's energy business globally. He's accountable for the successful marketing of all the energy business products, as well as managing the gas to liquids joint ventures in Qatar and Nigeria, the gas to power venture in Mozambique, and potential GTL and GTP ventures worldwide. I know some of you are confused, right? He's going to explain most of those things. I would, but you know, I don't want to cut into the time. Maurice is an experienced business executive who is engaged at high level with governments as well as other stakeholders within a highly regulated environment. He's passionate about leadership and developing talent. He's involved with numerous initiatives to realize this passion and develop successful leaders. This includes the establishment of an Energy Leadership Center at DivH Business School, board membership on the National Mentorship Movement, and founder of Unleashing Business Potential. I left the other 2 pages on my seat. Our guest speaker today, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Maurice Radebe, is an Executive Vice President of Energy Business School for Sasol Limited and the Chairman of South African Petroleum Industry Association. Now here's the thing. Our guest speaker today, I'm correct if I say, is not a Toastmaster. That means this man has no idea how loud an applause can get. He doesn't know how crazy an applause can get. To educate him as he comes down to educate us. Fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome with the loudest, biggest, maybe on your feet, most joyous and crazy applause, Mr. Maurice!
That's very humbling. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Huge program director, you know, really. I think it is all around. I'm a baby boomer like T, man. And I listened to his presentation. That's why I came a bit early. I learned a lot. I think he delivered a great one. Yeah? So second time I come here, and courtesy of Audrey, she just got a way of getting into the heart of my PA. And wherever I need to be traveling, my PA just say, please, you must just come to do it. So she cancels and moves my diary. So Audrey, you're doing a great job. Here, and it's really great to see an organization like Toastmaster because it impacts you with what Tim was talking about: communication, leadership, social skills, how to navigate your way through this very turbulent war life. And I thought I should talk about it. Last year I was here and I talked about purpose. Those that were here, let me just check who's here. It's quite enough people here. I talked about purpose, but today I just want to talk about leading in turbulent times. You will agree with me that the world is in turbulent right now. Yeah. Let me just go globally first and then we'll come back to where we are. The emergence of Donald Trump in the international stage was in itself a source of major turbulence. Would you agree with me on that? And then I remember very well I was in the plane actually when the voting for Brexit was taking place, and I thought, wow, man, there's no way it could happen. And when I landed at Old Tambo, I hear the news, Brexit has happened, decision has been made. And for the last 2 years, we've been on a turbulent, the whole Europe has been turbulent. And then we have now trade wars between China and the United States of America. Those of us who are running global businesses are in a state of turbulence. It's amazing how the world is in a turbulent situation. And the Middle East is in the turbulence. There's a war in Yemen, Syria, Saudi Arabia. Amazing turbulence throughout the world, and especially for leaders like you and us who are running global organizations, it's a sense of turbulence. And you go back, come close to my business in particularly, the crude price goes up to 100, and it comes down to 50, to 40, and I don't know how to manage my business when it comes to that kind of environment. And the rate goes up and down. The market is volatile. How do you lead in that kind of environment? And let's come back to our continent. Nigeria is voting today. As you know, elections cause major turbulence. Anyway. And then we've entered our own silly season called elections. Already the turbulence that you see, Zongo Commission, and all sorts of things coming up. You look at the television and you realize the whole of our country is in turbulence. The transition of leadership from President Jacob Zuma to right now President Cyril Ramaphosa in itself, any transition of leadership causes major turbulence. So you agree with me that we're living in a turbulent world, in a turbulent country. And then what, as if that's not enough. The fourth industrial revolution is on us already. And it's going to change major ways of doing business, the way we think, the way we prepare schooling, the way we change, we make sure that our children are going to be ready for that. That's turbulence. And the transitions happen all over us. I'm sure a Toastmaster is not immune to turbulence because you've got transition all the time. And in your own company, you may be going through turbulence. Maybe there's a change in leadership. Maybe there is some serious challenges you're facing. Maybe you're going through financial crisis. Maybe you're going through even bankruptcy. And it's a very turbulent environment. And in your own personal life, you also go through turbulence. Loss of the loved one, sometimes separation of relationships, and going through retrenchments, and going through all these things. So I thought it would be worthwhile that we just talk about leadership, because that's a subject I'm passionate about. In turbulent times. Are we still together? Yeah. Okay. And in turbulent times that we're facing in South Africa, particularly elections, I would like, if you are interested to know what the impact of the elections is going to be, we in ULP are organizing a think tank on the 2nd of March at BLSA, Business Leadership South Africa. Starting at 9 o'clock, if you want to know more details, speak to Theo. Theo, raise up your hand so that they can see them. Okay. Now, let's now go into the story. I was just giving the context now. When we're faced with the turbulence as a leader, I would like to suggest that you maintain three perspectives. Because normally when turbulence comes, you just get into this other confusion, kind of situation which become hysterical, panic, anxiety, all the things happen. But I just want to suggest to you, the next time you're facing a turbulent situation, you have three perspectives. The first one is the external perspective. The second one is internal perspective, and the last one is personal. I'll go through each one of them. Let's start with the external perspective. External perspective, you can take a view and say, well, this risk that is here, or this crisis that is here is going to wipe me out. But let me tell you, there's a saying which we say in business, do not waste any crisis. Because when there is a crisis, when everybody else is looking at all the challenges, there are opportunities. And that's a perspective I want you to have whenever you're facing crisis. It may be so damning, it may be so gloom, it may be so threatening, but look at opportunities. It's critical to have that external perspective that says, what does value creation look like when markets are volatile? In my business, that's what I always look like. Look, markets are volatile, things are not going the way. Where are the next frontiers of making money? And we do that quite regularly. That is why, for instance, we look at the situation and says, okay, the upstream side is in deep trouble because the crude price, but the downstream side is fine. Let's focus on our retail business and make sure we extract as much margin out of it. Maybe your business, you must think like that. We look at all the products that we sell and it says, okay, the crude price has been affected, affecting our liquid fuels business, but our chemical business can grow. And therefore we have a geographical diversification program that focuses on chemical and specialty chemicals and look at the different opportunities. Critical that you always look at that. The second one is internal. Look at your own organization. If it's Toastmaster or your business, look at your organization very, very carefully and say, does it have the capabilities to capture opportunities that results in the crisis? And most of wealth shifting happens during crisis. And it's only those that seize those opportunities that actually move and capture. It's organizations that are versatile, organizations that are flexible, organizations that are able to see opportunities in the midst of all challenges. The final one is you as a leader. Do you have what it takes to be an effective leader in turbulent times? I suggest that you look at yourself, if there's any assignment I can give you, to do it personally. And if you want, when you've done that, you can drop me an email and say, this is the one. Maybe we can start a one-on-one mentorship program as a result of that email. And says, listen, these are the qualities that I think I have in terms of surviving a turbulent environment. But maybe I'm short here. Shall we work together and help each other? That's very good. So external, internal, and personal, very important. Let's now go a little bit, let's delve a little bit on external perspective. External perspective, as I say, it's very important. You scan and find value and create opportunities. And consider what are the value creating opportunities generated by turbulence. Turbulence by its very nature creates new opportunities. And that's very important. The second one is really flourish actively in uncertainty. I'm sure having been in this organization, you must have been taught by every leader that has come here. I mean, some of the leaders were expert about eagles. Have somebody told you about eagles? They're sure they've taught you. That is it. Oh, this one's safe. Do you want?
About the eagle.
You want to hear? Anybody else want to hear? No, great things. Want to hear about an eagle? Yeah. You see, the eagle uses a storm in order to go high. You see, when the storm comes, when all the other animals, chickens, they all run for cover, and they all go down and high. The eagle, when the storm comes this way, it faces it and it opens its wings. And it uses the force of the storm to propel it up. As it opens, as the storm hits it, it propels it up. As the storm hits it, it goes up. As the storm hits it, it goes until it flies above the storm. And then from there it cruises. And it can fly for hours and hours, for miles and miles and kilometers and kilometers. Because it has used the storm's forces to propel it to the higher echelons of life. So stop being a chicken. Now onwards, no more chicken. You are an eagle. You're going to use any turbulence to propel you to your greatest potential that God has given you. Are we agreed? Yes. Are we together? Yes. I don't hear you, man. Yes. So we can flourish in an uncertainty. And that's the message I have
for you. And then if you're in business, think about how you can really, very important, to keep external presence and keep leading when you're a leader and keep showing your followers that you are there. Don't be passive and run away. And then if you're a company like business, how can you commercialize that? Now, normally when you are in crisis, like most of the time in business is when you've got a financial crisis and you've got to focus. Every CFO of a company will be saying to you, cut costs, cut costs, cut costs, cut costs. And all of you focus on that and forget about revenue opportunities that are available. Trust me, I've been there before. When I was running Exec Petroleum, we had a major crisis when one of the major customers went bankrupt and took us out for more than 40 million rand. And for a small company like ours at that time, we were tinkering on the brink of bankruptcy. And I could have taken an opportunity and said, cut costs and let's not do anything there. But I said, cut costs and it's prudent, but let's look how we can grow the business, how other opportunities, how we can replace this customer with other customers in order to be able to grow. Because no one saved himself to grow. Are we together?
Yes.
So that's the external perspective. Let's continue. Now going to the internal perspective. Am I right there? Right, let's see. How are you doing there? Internal perspective, let's go to maintain momentum. Maintain momentum. When you're faced with crisis, the natural things, inertia comes and paralysis comes. And you just don't want to move. When you're in crisis, just move. Maintain momentum. Make sure your organization is not paralyzed. And that's you as a leader needs to do that. And we tend to postpone everything, but maintain momentum. Because I tell you, this storm shall pass. And then focus on performance. And let people, particularly your leaders, must focus on performance. Now, whenever there is a storm, there's people who are peddlers of toxic environment in any organization. Avoid them, confront them, because they're going to start selling rumors. We're all going to be retrenched. We're all going to be losing our jobs. This management team, these leaders are, and all sorts of rumors go around. And there are people who are toxic. Deal with them quickly. I'm not going to suggest how you on a one-on-one when you tell me your exact story and then you tell me you've got a toxic peddler of environment here, how do I deal with that? I'll tell you how to deal with it. Okay? Right now I'm just giving you the principle. Because those people distract performance. This is where you need to be performing at your... And then make decisions in ambiguity. You see, sometimes you always want to wait as leaders to get all the information, analyze it until you're paralyzed by it and are not able to move. In a turbulent environment, when there's crisis, make decisions. If it's wrong, you'll change it. Are you with me?
Yes.
It's better to make a decision. Don't pass the buck to other people. And that's a mark of leadership. To take decisions with ambiguous information. That is why you need internal moral compass that will say, hey, you're not going in the right direction. Just feel it in your belly sometimes. Take decisions, and we've got organizations that are in deep trouble because leaders did not take decisions fast enough, quick enough during the time of ambiguity. Let's move to internal perspective. What is critical when you're a leader? And I don't know what organization you're running, but I know when we're in crisis, just like now, we're in challenging times. You must have read about it. us in our organization. The most important thing that I do with my team is to motivate them. Because you need to motivate people, because that time people are fearful. They're fearing for their lives. They're fearing for their jobs. They're fearing that what is going to happen in South Africa. Should I immigrate or not? They're fearful for their children, fearful for their retirement. You need to motivate them. But you need to demonstrate emotional and personal benefit of being part of the organization. You know why? Because during the crisis, people want to jump out, jump ship. And normally they jump from a frying pan and they jump into a real fire of God. I've been in an environment actually when we're in transition of excellence, we're busy selling into Sasol. And I had a lot of information as a leader, but some of it was privileged, so he couldn't release it. And one of my employers was so nervous and was a very faithful, good guy that would build an organization. And I knew that the future is better than what we had, but he wanted to hang on to what we have, the status quo. And he came to me in complete distress, crying. I mean, this is a man, big man. Crying, and he said, I want out, I want to resign. And he gave me his resignation. And I'm restricted by privileged information, which you can't disclose, particularly when you're dealing with a listed company, you can't disclose information. So I said to him, listen, man, there is future. So I had to show him the future, but he still didn't hear me, and he gave me the resignation application. But as a leader that I knew, that there's more beneficial opportunities for him. I said to him, listen, I'm taking the resignation, but I'm not accepting it at charity. I said, come to me again in a month's time. See whether you're going to resign. Because at that moment in time, the announcement was coming, and we were going to get a huge amount of benefit. Because we unlocked value for shareholders, and all the shareholders were also employees. But if I didn't show him the benefit in that crisis, in his mind, he would have jumped out and lost them all. So just be there. And then you must lead, if you're a leader, lead upwards and across. Now when leadership happens, when crisis happen, your line managers, if you've got line, they also get paralyzed. They are not able to communicate to people on the ground. You as a leader, you need to communicate across the lines. You see, right now, because of the crisis, with all the challenges that we're facing in the US and the crude price, we just call a whole team. We call it in the lowest people. And we address them because they want to see leaders. And when they see you exuding, showing a calmness, they are also get calm. So, very important, because if you rely on information that is going to go through the line, it's just going to be distorted in translation. Now, let's finish the internal one. Let's go finally now to you personally. I said there's three perspectives. External, and then internal of the organization, and you personally. Tons of turbulence, don't allow turbulence to buffet you. Don't you dare allow. You're a leader, you're here, you're being prepared for turbulence. Whether it's in your family, it may be distorted, it may be painful, it is very important. Somebody in the family needs to stand up and lead, particularly if you've got a clan like ours. I mean, you know, we African people, we've got that standard. I'm told. Yeah. So if there's a turbulence that has happened or somebody is passed on, you need to rise up and say, so give direction. Because otherwise we could auntie from Kwa, auntie from Zulu, they all come and give instructions. And some of them get you to do things which they're going to cost you a lot of money. And you need to stand there and give leadership. Are you with me?
Yes.
And maintain focus and discipline. And exercise emotional maturity to calm followers You know, people when in crisis, they become like sheep. They need to be followed. You need to say, we're doing this way. And people follow. When you actually show and have the realistic confidence, they follow. And you've been trained to be leaders. And there's a time that you need to show it. So the next thing is, give yourself permission to be flexible. In an uncertain environment, things change very quickly. You may make the decision and you thought with the information you had today was correct and right, and then 3 days later it is a wrong decision. Maintain flexibility to say, I was sorry, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, let's move on. This is the next decision I'm making. And that is very important. And when new information comes, you make a decision again. And this is very important. I'm talking about flexibility, not indecision or inconsistency. Because it's important to make decisions, but not be indecisive, because that's even worse. You run faster than me, yeah? Okay, let me put it this way. And then finally, I want you, don't stop developing yourself. That's it. You see, we're talking fourth industrial revolution. We the baby boomers don't even understand where it's going. But I've started to understand now what is. We've got these teams of smart young people like you. We call them sprint, and they do all sorts of things. And I just learned that one of the skills that is so critical is coding. And you better make sure your son and the daughter is growing up right now understand that there is a job called coding. And I'm starting to understand and unpack for myself what it does mean. What does digitalization mean for our own organization? For serving customers, for production, for manufacturing, to running Secunda, to running Sasol. And when this is the whole cyber world, where are we vulnerable? Where can we be attacked? Where can we be destroyed? And I'm very fast becoming an expert on the fourth industrial revolution. And yet I'm a baby boomer. It's critical that you learn new skills and develop them and encourage your team to do so. Right now, the biggest ethical dilemma we're facing is about what it will do to our people in terms of employment and unemployment. We've got a major crisis in this country of unemployment. Now, if we go down this route, I mean, we've done a robotic in our company, which looks at the accounting, repetitive accounting work, like accounts receivable and paying of credit cards. That work is done by a team of these people, like we own. And a robot, and it takes them 3 months. And a robot can do that thing in about 3 days. That means all 100 people must go. Now we're going to get into an upskilling and reskilling and unlearning and learning. Critical. So personally, you need to focus and you need to allow yourself flexibility and don't stop learning. And in conclusion, which has been on the screen, very, very important. If you're a leader, do not allow your anxiety to become contagious. You see, if you walk in, I listened to one of the great leaders, Frank Torres, he said, when you're a leader, see, there's a switch on, if there's a switch on to switch on the lights. If you enter the door, if you're a leader, you switch on the lights, and there's light. And you switch it on with the way you show up when you get into that office or get into that leadership place. Or you can get into the room and switch off the light by the way you show up. If you show up with confidence, with enthusiasm. Even in the midst of crisis, you lift everybody with you. If you show up moody, gloomy, desperate, anxious, you spread that moody, gloomy, doomsday environment throughout the whole organization. So choose today how you're going to show up in turbulent times. Thank you very much.
All 7 times I left. Thank you so much, sir. And just as a reminder, as you've heard him, he said that the next ULP event, if you guys would like to be there or be part of it, you have to see Theo. Theo? There's Theo. And Theo, if you'd like a program director, you can see Tando for scheduling my diary. Tando? Thank you so much, Tando. You've been so amazing. We really appreciate the amount of wisdom you imparted on us. I'd like to show my appreciation, and all of us would like to show our appreciation. I'd like to ask our division director to give you a small present before you. Please help me welcome Audrey.
Something for my joy, something that the whole family can enjoy. Today I've learned that I need to be an eagle and fly above the storms. And my favorite part was that since we're at the time of the transition, of changing new leaders, new committee members, we need to show our leadership skills by being there. So are we guys going to run away or are we going to be there? Be there. Thank you so much.
That our program convener would love to know your thoughts about the program today. If you look at the program, the last feature on the program has a link. Please do visit that link, evaluate what you felt about our event today, what you loved about it, what you'd love to see next, because we would love to keep improving for you guys and bring more features that you'd love to. So the next session, which we will have to cut a bit short, Madam Tana, is breakaway sessions.